What's up, guys? So this is footage of the last strength block I'm doing, leading into my meet on April 30th before I peak. I know I don't have any footage up of the last 4 weeks, the last strength block I did, but I'm going to start putting up these week by week. So basically, compared to the last two strength blocks I did, intensity's gone up across the board, and volume's going up a little bit. So last strength block this day would be something like 75% for a 5x5, and then an AMRAP at 70%. But this time we started out with 2 sets of 3 at 80% and then 4 sets of 5 at 75%. So average intensity is up a little bit, and so is volume. In addition, 5 pounds was added to whatever weight was going to be used. So instead of 75%, it's actually 75% plus 5 pounds. So right now you're looking at 155 for 5, which is one of the sets of 75% plus 5 pounds. Still working off the same training max of 200, which is probably a little under what it really is now, since I've done 195 pretty easily on a few occasions. But that's all right. I'd rather work off too light of a training max than too heavy. So this is my AMRAP with 70%, and the AMRAPs we don't add 5 pounds to. As opposed to the last couple training blocks where these AMRAPs were touch and go, now it's all paused since we're getting closer to competition. Specificity is increasing across the board. Now all the accessories I'm doing are pretty competition specific. For example, this used to have floor pressing on this day, but now I do close grip after this, although it's not shown, which I feel is a little more specific and a little more carryover. So on this is the second day I bench. I work up to a single at RPE 8. So right here, this is 180 for 1, which I deemed a 7.5, went up really smooth. So I bumped it up to 187.5, but I think that was a little bit of an overshot. The descent was really pretty slow. I think I was a little shaky with a weight this heavy. So I put it around an 8.5, and I do down sets based off a percentage, but I don't have those shown. I followed that up with some slingshot work. I was supposed to do 4 doubles at an RPE 7 to 8, but it's pretty hard for me to gauge RPE in the slingshot right now, so that 205 for 2 was super easy, and you can see I was pretty excited about it. So I went to 215, but I did not get the double. I only got the single, which is really disappointing because I feel I'm definitely good for it, and I just kind of misgrooved it. And it's also the first bench rep I've failed in 6 months. I take training reps pretty seriously. I have a huge philosophy about not failing reps. So it was a pretty big blow for me to fail that, but that's okay. I did 195 for a couple sets of 2, and so this is my third bench day. This used to be my lighter close grip bench day, but we've replaced close grip now with tempo benching. I'm supposed to be doing these with a 5-second negative, although this set was a little, the negatives were a little faster than they should have been. And also, I was not expecting how difficult this felt. I mean, these look pretty smooth, but the slow descent is really torturous, and I did not at all expect how difficult these would feel. So this was supposed to be a set of 4 at RP 7, and then I would repeat it 3 times. But this set was definitely higher than that. They look pretty smooth now that I'm looking at them, but the way they felt was pretty awful. So I dropped it down to 125 for the last 2 sets. I think I controlled these really well. I think these are going to help a lot more than the close grip did. Right now, really, it's just about monitoring how I respond to all this volume and intensity. This is all, it's a lot to handle. I'm surprised at how good I feel after the first week, but I'll have to keep tracking it pretty carefully. But there's only 2 more weeks left of this before I deload and then start peaking. So I'm feeling really good about bench right now. I hope on the second day where I do singles at 8, I hope I end up getting it up to around 195 at 8 or something before this training cycle's over. And hopefully I end up hitting a pretty decent bench at the next meet. Training's been feeling really good on that front. Squats and deadlifts are another story. But hopefully those come together in time too. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next week.